From an undisputed record ever since his MMA debut in 2014 to tapping out Stephen Thompson for the first time ever in 6, let's talk about Shavkat Rakhmonov's prospects for a title shot. Starting with what makes Shavkat Rakhmonov different from any other UFC fighter. In the world of fighting, every fighter dreams of being the best, but there's one guy who really stands out, Shavkat Rakhmonov. He's not your typical fighter. He's never lost a match, and he's ranked 3rd in the UFC welterweight division. But what makes him special isn't just his perfect record, it's how he got there. While some fighters avoid tough opponents, Rakhmonov faces them head-on. He's not afraid of a challenge. He's ready to take on anyone who comes his way. And let me tell you, he's been doing a great job of it. Sure, there have been other fighters who've never lost and earned respect, but Rakhmonov is nothing like the UFC has ever seen before. He's not into talking smack or playing tricks because when it's time to fight, he lets his fists do the talking. He doesn't need to play mind games like some fighters do. He just knows he's good, and he's not afraid to show it. So, when Rakhmonov steps into the ring, you know it's going to be exciting. He's not just fighting for himself, he's fighting to show everyone that he's the best. And with every fight, he's getting closer to that big goal, becoming the champion. What's awesome about Shavkat is how he handles himself in the ring. He's taken on some popular fighters, but he's managed to do it all without making any enemies. People don't just root for him to win, they're excited to see how he does it because he brings a real spark to every fight, and sometimes he even throws in a joke or two at press conferences. Shavkat is a fighter everyone loves to watch. Even in his recent fight at UFC 296, Rakhmonov pulled off an amazing submission win that you won't forget. He showed true grit and a champion's mindset facing Thompson. Rakhmonov endured hits, showed he could take a beating, and bounce back even stronger. He proved his resourcefulness in tough spots, a quality that real champions have. This kind of mental toughness isn't something you learn at camp, it's something you're born with. In fact, it's very reminiscent of Khabib because Rakhmonov showcased plenty of the same traits in his impressive win over Geoff Neal as well. Not to mention, Neal is considered to be one of the best wrestlers in the UFC welterweight division. Taking on Thompson wasn't easy either. Wonderboy is known for his striking skills, and he was fresh off a big win against Kevin Holland, proving he's not going to be an easy fight. But Rakhmonov made it look easy. He locked in his signature rear naked choke in the second round in smooth fashion, sealing the win. Interestingly, Wonderboy had a knack for winning in the last seconds of his fights in his previous 4 matches. But for this time, Rakhmonov proved to be too tough for him to handle, denying him a late-round victory. As the debate over Rakhmonov's title prospects intensifies, it begs the question, what does Rakhmonov think about this whole situation? Well, Rakhmonov said he didn't have this conversation with the UFC, but he's ready to fight for the title. The win over Stephen Thompson is just another reason to prove how ready he is. But there are other rising contenders, like Ian Gary in the welterweight division, who are also hoping to get a title shot. Alongside stars like Kamaru Usman and Belal Muhammad, who also want a piece of the cake. But it's always been hard to get to the top for him, particularly in securing matchups against higher-ranked opponents. Even Thompson, who ranked 6th in the division, initially declined to face him before eventually accepting the challenge. Looking ahead, Rakhmonov is determined to continue his rise in the welterweight division and believes that a title shot could be within reach in the upcoming year. Despite the competitive landscape of the division, he plans to stay focused on his goals and prepared to face any challenges that come his way. As he awaits further developments in his career, his dedication to his craft and his unwavering commitment to success are great examples of his potential as a future UFC champion. With his impressive skill set and undefeated record, Rakhmonov has established himself as one of the best fighters in the welterweight division. And his pursuit of UFC gold shows how determined he is to be the best. Rakhmonov isn't in a rush. He prefers to let his actions inside the octagon speak louder than words, and that'll probably get him a title shot sooner or later. The 29-year-old fighter from Kazakhstan has a straightforward approach both in interviews and during fights. Impressively enough, he has an incredible record of 18 wins in 18 professional fights, with every victory coming by way of finish. He's never left the outcome of his fights to the judges, having only gone to the third round only once. According to Rakhmonov, his philosophy is simple: if you're good, you're gonna win by finish. Even before the fight, Rakhmonov versus Thompson had been a hot topic of discussion for some time, although both fighters initially had different opponents lined up. Thompson was initially supposed to fight Michael Pereira in July, while Rakhmonov was scheduled for a bout against Kevin Gastelum in September.
I'm like physically tired of fighting these big behemoths.
But due to fight cancellations involving Pereira and Gastelum, the stage was set for Rakhmonov and Thompson to finally face off in a highly anticipated showdown with flying colors. Rakhmonov was excited to fight Thompson. After all, he's an exceptional fighter, and every UFC fighter admires his fighting style. Despite his age, he remains in top shape and has outstanding skills. His impressive footwork and striking abilities are something Rakhmonov was really looking forward to experiencing firsthand. Fans and experts have praised Rakhmonov's potential, particularly his strong performances against Alex Oliveira, Michel Prazeres, Carlston Harris, Neil Magny, and Jeff Neal. Securing a win against Thompson, a fighter who has been stopped only once in his entire MMA career, should theoretically elevate Rakhmonov's status from a promising contender to a frontrunner for the championship. With an undisputed record of 18-0, all by way of finishes, Rakhmonov presents a compelling case for becoming the next challenger following the Leon Edwards vs. Colby Covington matchup. While acknowledging the presence of other contenders, Rakhmonov remains confident that his consistent ability to finish fights will make him impossible to overlook. Rakhmonov has definitely left his opponents scratching their heads with his unique fighting style. Ever since the start, it was clear that he would be a problem for others in his division. He announced his arrival by defeating Alex Oliveira with a guillotine choke. Since then, he's continued to impress, delivering memorable victories like his spinning kick knockout over Carlston Harris. At UFC 296, he made history by submitting Thompson in the second round, marking the first time Thompson had tapped out in his UFC career. With this win, Rakhmonov boasts an impressive 6-0 record in the UFC and remains undefeated at 18-0 in his professional career. While Rakhmonov's victory over Thompson puts him in contention for a title shot, Belal Muhammad, ranked one spot above him, is also vying for a chance to face Leon Edwards. With their next matchup ending inconclusively, there's anticipation surrounding who Edwards will fight next. So what's next for Shavkat? The current welterweight champion Leon Edwards is all set and ready for his next title defense. Shavkat Rakhmonov sits just behind Kamaru Usman, the former champion, and Belal Muhammad, who boasts an impressive winning streak in the rankings. Usman has already had his chance at the title and will need a big win to earn another shot. Now, despite Shavkat's deserving status for a title fight, Dana White seems hesitant to grant him that opportunity just yet, even though he's proven himself to be more than capable. But Shavkat isn't exactly in a rush to force the issue, having already shown how worthy he is of a title shot. The question now is whether Shavkat will wait for his chance against the champion or choose to face Usman next. Facing Usman would provide him with a tough opponent and a chance to reclaim his title shot. While it would be a challenging fight for Usman, it's a crucial step if Shavkat aims for another title opportunity. But then again, there are numerous possibilities and potential matchups waiting to unfold in the UFC. Looking ahead, Rakhmonov has his sights set on one goal: the championship belt. But what is your take on the situation? Will Rakhmonov get the title shot that he's longing for? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this.